My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Pisces. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing your general love reading, your 5 card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these 12 red roses as a token of my love and appreciation for your love, support, and devotion towards my channel and myself. And thank you again so much for joining me today. So, this 5 card love reading includes that the first card represents you, the second, the other person, the third, the relationship, the fourth, the past, and the fifth, the future. And then I'm going to draw a Vampire Oracle for you, and then a Favole, and then one card from the French tarot deck of Le Tarot Interdit Vampiria. But anyway, let's get started with card number 1, and I'm not allowed to show this card because it's the Four of Wands vampire style. Happy home, happy earth, happy family, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements, or happy home, happy hearth, happy family within your flesh and blood. Confidence. Fabulous. I mean, either way, I feel like that this card is wonderful, special, and I feel incredibly honored, that this card showed up for you guys out in this world, my beautiful followers and fledglings. Well, the thing is, it's like if you have confidence, if you already, why not get out into this big wide ocean world of whatever it may be and stuff like that. But it could also be that you feel incredibly content and also happy just being currently in your singlehood, where you feel like, okay, I've been down the relationship, path. I've been down courtship phase, but to be honest, I'm okay with just being in my singlehood position. 100% your prerogative on which direction may take and lead you towards and stuff like that, because that's what one aspect of this card has. But of course, it could also provide you with the sense of happy home, happy earth, happy family, where you're currently with your current companion, spouse, lover, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, what have you, and so forth, and different levels as well. Who's the other person? Hermit. This could also be taking place during Virgo season, because this is a Virgo card. Okay, the thing is, it's like either, the other person, is pretty much doing introspection, maybe, it's like with the happy home, happy earth, happy family, it's like there's probably, what I'm kind of getting here? You have a secret admirer. But, maybe this person is either too gauche, maybe a bit too nervous, too afraid, too anything. Maybe this person is just a bit, too closed off. But this person is kind of drawn towards you. You are exuding confidence. You have so much, like, you're kind of like this magnet, that's pretty much just drawing so many eyes and people towards you and stuff like that, because that's also having so much confidence. When you see people like with swagger, or they pretty much just have so much confidence, you'll see them kind of, just walking a certain way, and then that draws people's attention, thinking, wow, that person's got confidence, and I'm so drawn to that person's confidence and courage and strength and stuff that I like that and stuff like that. Either, this person could be your current spouse, companion, lover, who could be a little bit closed off, kind of doing a bit of introspection work. Or you could have a secret admirer who's just a bit too nervous about approaching you as well. But this could also be you, having a lot of confidence within yourself, but yet you do a lot of introspection, especially during the first part. I mean, well, technically we're in the first new chapter of our 2025 to 2026 year cycle, in the sense where you're probably just doing introspection to think, what do I personally want, in this, love, romance, part of my world and stuff like that. Do I want to head out, or am I okay and content being just, feeling incredibly happy within myself as well? Because relationship. Ace of Wands. Okay, so it looks like that you're doing introspection because you want to start putting time and energy into something. Aha. More fiery, passionate energy, okay? But either way, what I'm kind of getting here is, it's like either you have a lot of confidence, but yet, you're either, you could also have Virgo placements, or maybe you kind of have a bit of the shyness within you. Maybe you're not quite ready to get out into this world and stuff like that. But for any valid reason, I do see you putting time and energy into something. And when you actually, will put energy out, either, you get the same energy back, you get different energies, or any kind of energies being presented back to you. But it's all about just how you pretty much, want to either, be seen as, or how you pretty much go about your life, or any way. But I see you putting a lot of time and energy into any kind of voyage or quest that you're heading off towards in other ways. But if you're in a happy home, happy hearth, happy family with the Four of Wands, I still see the other person doing maybe some introspection. Maybe they want to actually start, gaining a lot more confidence within themselves. But I see you actually wanting to also, lift up your current spouse, your wife, your husband by actually wanting to put more fiery, passionate energy into this relationship, stuff like that. Maybe you guys want to expand, develop. We'll go about any boundaries and stuff like that in your romance, relationship, stuff like that. Because in the past, you got the Daughter of Knives, the Page of Swords, and this is like having this outgoingness about yourself, and that's what I like. I mean, a lot of humans, they kind of underestimate Pisces, though I would never ever do so because I've come across a lot of them. You guys are really, like this magnetic force. You guys are romantic, loving, caring, supportive, nurturing individuals out in this world. And so even having this outgoingness, it's like even being the great white shark, the big blue whale, the dolphin, the orca, the killer whale. It's like just going out on journeys and just saying, okay, let's just try something. Let's just do something. What do we have to lose? Because a lot of people, they underestimate, like even the sensitive Pisces. They're so overly emotional and they cry and they do this and they do that. Well, maybe, some of you guys do out there, but not all of you guys do. And even what's wrong with having emotions? It's called being a human. But either way, I just see that you did have this outgoingness about this, this desire, this craving on wanting to actually take effort and action by heading out, either, by completing the desired goal of happy home, happy hearth, happy family, or confidence within yourself. Because in the future, you get the Seven of Wands. I see hard work taking place, but this is kind of like a loyalties kind of card because you're actually protecting and defending your crops, your idea children, your wishes, dreams, and desires in a very passionate way. Because you have this outgoingness, you have this desire for adventure, wanting to get out and do something. Of course, everybody can always do introspection, but the Four of Wands is a very strong and powerful card, and especially when you get the Ace of Wands next to it. Fabulous. And this is you actually just defending your cause, your beliefs, your anything, this is you actually, just putting in a lot of hard work. And eventually you'll get that desired result of whatever it may be or something of equal or greater value in the end. Okay, well, Oracle says jealousy, envy, punishment, and changing course. I'm wondering if the Hermit is about wanting to change course. Maybe there's a bit of jealousy in other ways, but envy and punishment are two traits that you might want to look into if you ever feel like, oh goodness, I'm just not good enough. I'm just, practically just a guppy. I'm just only a plankton. I'm just nothing. I'm just only a sea urchin for that matter. Never underestimate your qualities because the thing is there's no such thing as a perfect individual on so many levels. And the thing is, just because other people are just so overly critical to say, no, you're just not good enough for me. You're not beautiful. You're not handsome. You're not like this. You're not like that. Their biggest flaws and also their, biggest problems is that they are probably also too critical about themselves as well. Now, if you're envious because you don't have the perfect life and stuff like that, it's a common feeling and sensation and thought to even be feeling if you think, well, my friends, my siblings, they have wonderful families and I'm either still single or, I'm in a problematic relationship or everything is not going according to how I want. I mean, if you ever struggle with like the Page of Cups idea where you have this daydream, I mean, everybody has a daydream about who they want to meet, who they want to see their future spouse or companion or lover like. But the problem is with the Page of Cups is it's also just a bit of an illusion to the point where it's also just a daydream because, nobody is ever going to be, reading your thoughts or watching your thoughts to say, okay, if I want to be with Pisces, I'm going to have to be like that as well. But if you were to change course, like with the Hermit, where you just think, okay, I'm going to have to do introspection and stuff like that, and even changing course with the Page of Swords and stuff, okay, that's something that you'll have to probably look into just to see if that's what you truly want, wish, dream, and desire. But punishment, I don't believe in any of punishments. Just redeem yourself by taking good care of yourself. Okay, Favole wants to continue with the Nine of Wands. You are exhausted beyond belief, but you're not giving up. And that's why you also get the Seven of Wands. I mean, the thing is it's pretty much just not giving up on what you want, dream, wish, and desire. Because either A, whatever you want, dream, wish, doesn't always come easy, but sometimes, the patience is key to any successful outcome. But it's also about not giving up on what you want, dream, wish, and desire, because whatever worth having doesn't come easy. And then you just pretty much just have to hope for the best and just think, as long as I put a lot of time and energy into waving the beautiful magic wand and hopefully to achieving that desired outcome, either it could turn into a very beautiful outcome or it could turn into a negative outcome, depending on, which direction it may be taking in any way, because there's no always going to be any kind of accurate description on which way it's going to be heading in any way. But as long as you put enough time and energy, you're incredibly devoted and loyal to yourself, to any kind of embarking. Maybe you do have to change course. Maybe you have to actually take some detours, whatever it may be. Maybe you have to do a lot of makeovers, self-development, whatever it is. But I see you not giving up, and nor should you. Because maybe you might eventually achieve that beautiful Page of Cups desired outcome, or maybe something of equal or greater value will show up. Because Le Tarot Interdit Vampirium wants to finish off with Sept d'Épée, Seven of Swords. So, Seven of Swords has two different meanings. What is the meaning? Either, it's a con artist, deceptive, kind of card and stuff like that, or it could be an excellent active strategy and logical thinking towards whatever you want, wish, dream, and desire. And that's kind of what I mostly see you doing. It's with introspection mode, and with putting time and effort into this voyage and stuff like that. I see you really creating something because you're putting time and effort on either wanting to achieve the desired outcome of a happy home, happy earth, happy family, because this is also you putting time and effort on having this outgoings card, because it's like with any kind of sword, it is kind of like a combat's kind of card, but it's not anything bad, especially when it comes to Seven of Swords. But mind you is that, if you come across as being too desperate and needy and stuff like that, other people could tend to take advantage of that as well. And that's in the form of con artistry or deception as well. But Seven of Swords is also having an excellent plan, and that's what I see you even doing, because you want to actually escape the whole jealousy and envy feeling. If your friends and family, are all in a beautiful Four of Wands kind of setting and stuff like that, not every path is the same. Not every book, story, life is ever going to be the same. So if you ever just think, oh goodness, everybody else is having a great time and I'm just still in a single position and stuff like that, please don't ever compare your own path towards other people, because either A, your time will come, the time will tell, energy you're putting into it, the actions you're taking, and eventually something of equal or greater value will show up for you in the future. Okay. Sad but true, I'm going to have to leave it at this for now, but if this reading resonated for my beautiful water Pisces out in this world, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me so far. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going back to general reading, so for now, I'm just doing love in general. If anybody out there is interested in a personal reading, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, post in the little discussion box below that you want a personal reading from me. I'll respond to you with my email, and because I have this web page called Project Page on my YouTube channel, please feel free to browse through all the different types of prices, for different types of personal readings. But other than that, I love you guys incredibly. Thank you so much again for joining me, and best of luck on where this journey may take you.